Hi, this is James for Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at another button shy game that is in the RPG style line. And this is going to be a 2 to 4 player game published by Button Shy Games and designed by Megan Cross. In Astral Dreams, you're going to be playing as a hero, and your goal is to have the gods rearrange the stars in your honor by seeing that you have done many good deeds in your life. Let's go ahead down to the table. I'm going to show you how to play this game and give you a general overview of how it flows, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Alright, so this is Astral Dreams. So this is going to be a button shy game that is a role-playing game, and it's designed by Megan Cross. In this game, a mysterious land teeming with dangers demands great heroes. The gods grant the noblest of these adventurers with an eternal place among the constellations, to serve as a beacon of light for those in need. For this game, you're going to need all your normal components, but you're also going to need to pick up a 6-sided die, a pen, and print out the sheet, which link is in the instructions, to be able to play this game. You're going to need to print out a sheet per player too. And this game will play between 2 to 4 players. For setup, the leader of the group is the player who recently went on a trip. They're going to separate the cards by type, giving the setting card to the group leader. This is going to be your setting card right here. You will also place out these 4 hero cards so everyone can see them. And you're going to shuffle up this Trials deck here. Once you have this shuffled up, you're going to deal out 8 trial cards. Alright, and then put the rest away since they won't be used in this scenario. And then the group leader is going to read out the setting card. So this is a land full of magic and monsters, heroes and villains, the powerful and the powerless, of sprawling mountains, ranges, and vast seas, of bustling cities and quiet villages. Heroes rise up to defend those who need it, making a name for themselves as they roam the land in search of their new heroic deed, hoping to secure their legacy in the hearts and minds of the people. The gods who watch over this world, fickle as they may be, sometimes see fit to reward those who have lived their life of doing great deeds in the name of helping others by rearranging the stars in their honor. All who call themselves heroes in this land seek to have their legend set in the stars. After the leader reads out the settings, each player is going to select a hero. And you can have the hunter, you can have the witch, you can have the brawler, you can have the jack. And each of these have their own sort of different powers to them. This one here's a master of arcane arts. The witch can harness their power to perform impossible feats of magic and bend reality itself to their will. You share a bond with another character to establish what it is. Choose another player and ask them one of the questions below. Their answer will establish that bond for your character. So each player is going to do that. And this one here is, what about me frightens you? Why do I love you? So those will be the questions that you'll ask the other player to create the bond. Now on this page here, you are going to fill out a couple different things. So you're going to fill out your character, so you're the witch, name and pronouns. You're going to do most notable feature and most notable physical feature and most notable non-physical feature, and one of your past heroic deeds. Sorry, not any deals. So you're going to fill all that out. And then you're going to put down your strength, wits, and charm. Now, how are you going to fill that out? You're going to have one as a value -1, one as a value +1, and one as a value as 0. So what do these attributes actually go for in this game? Well, wits are going to be for figuring out logical puzzles, strength, physical puzzles, and charm is going to be social puzzles. And you're going to have these different trials that you're going to need to go through, and these stats will help. So one will be 0, one will be -1, and one will be +1. All right, so you're ready. You could talk about each of your characters, your setting, and get that going. There's going to be another side of this card here that you're going to set your setting for this world in. So before you begin your game, answer the following questions below as a group to establish more detail about the land you all call home. So you're going to what is this land called? What does the sky look like? What is magic like here? What is the predominant method of travel? And how do people communicate both locally and worldwide? So you figure that out. You're going to start your story because, again, this is a role-playing game, and this is just the skeleton to get your universe going. You're going to make this up as you go and make this magical world together. So we've got our characters. Each player's picked a character. Each player's filled out the sheet. Each player's asked the question and create a bond. Each character's gone through, all the players have gone through those questions to start their world. Now we're ready to start a trial. So you could have a discussion on why everyone's getting to start these trials. Get that going, get a backstory to it, and get launched into your first trial. Now, trials in this game are going to get harder as time goes by. So these first ones will be the easiest. So you have to keep that in mind because as these trials go through, they're going to get harder and harder. So the current group leader flips the trial card and reads the trial aloud. Use the background to prompt as a guide. So this is going to be a guide for your story. Maybe how you came upon this exact trial. So right here, you're going to have the stolen Prince of Durin. So the crown prince of the small kingdom of Durin has been taken by their uncle, who is demanding that his sister, the queen, abdicate the throne, make him the king, or else the prince will be killed. The queen refused, and for weeks has been sending groups of her most skilled fighters and hunters in search to search the kingdom for the prince, but none have been able to locate him. The would-be usurper is growing impatient and giving his sister an ultimatum. Make the choice within the next week or the prince dies. It has been 5 days. And then down here you can add 1+1 to your roll if you use charisma to face this challenge. So remember, again, at the beginning of the game, I told you you set your 3 different things. If you have a +1 in charisma, that's going to be amazing, or 0, it's also good, because I'm going to get into what you need to do for the trial first, but you're going to create your backstory now. So you're going to take what you created before about each of your characters, the bonds you have between each other, and this world that you've generated, to say why you're going on this trial, why each player is going to do that. You can take as much time as you want to role play that out. So you're going to make this game more in-depth and enrich it with this story. So now that we have done that, we have to be able to see if we can succeed or overcome this trial. If you succeed the trial, you're going to talk about what happens afterwards, what your heroics were, what all about that. If you fail the trial, you're going to talk about how your characters all acted in defeat. So throughout the game, the card positioning, you have 1 through 8 here, is going to determine how difficult the trial is. So if you look at the book here, you have all 8 positions and the trial difficulties over here. So it's going to say this trial brought the party together. So this is the first trial. In a 3 to 4 player game, 3 players must get +2, or 2 or higher, or 2 greater than 2. 2 or greater. Sorry, I can't talk today. 2 players must get 2 or greater. And then it gets harder because you can see down here on the 3 and the 4, 3 players have to get 3 or greater, 2 players have to get 2, 3 or greater, and they keep going 4 or greater, and then the final ones, you must roll 5 or greater, 1 player. So you have these modifiers, you have this little bit of luck here, and you're going to need to try to defeat these So you're going to roll to defeat this. If you defeated it, great. If you didn't defeat it, great. You're still going to move on to the next card. And you're going to continue this on until you get to the last card, role-playing between each adventure or trial, and role-playing what happens with the results of failing the trial or winning the trial. Now, at the end of the game, you're going to have faced these 8 different trials. Your goal is going to be to succeed at 5 of these. But one cool thing that you're going to have throughout the game here is every time you succeed a trial, you're going to take a look at this side, and however many stars are on here, you're going to fill out that many stars in. So if I defeat this one, I'd fill out 3 stars. So you're going to fill out as many stars as are on the back of this card each time you win a trial. At the end of the game, if you have finished 5 trials successfully, you have won the game. You're going to talk about and role-play your victory of the game. And if you have been defeated, you'll role-play your defeat of the game. The other thing, if you have had victory, you're going to draw lines in your constellation and name your constellation, and role-play that also. Talk about how your constellation got named and how you got put up into the stars. You can do this as a line. You could do this as many different shapes, however you want to draw it between each of the dots that you have drawn on your sheet is up to you. It's your constellation. So in a really quick nutshell, that's how you play Astral Dreams. So you remember that this gives you the skeleton to create a role-playing adventure. And these trials and the heroes help you along your way in making a very rich story. So let's go back up the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this. All right, so Astral Dreams, like several of the other RPG line style games in Button Shy, is going to be a highly interactive game where you're going to be encouraged to role play a lot in the game. You're going to be encouraged to role play your character. You're going to be encouraged to develop a world as it goes by, and you're going to be encouraged to not just blow through the game, but make a story as you go through each of the trials, so that by the end you have a cohesive, really cool RPG session by the end of the game. And that's similar to a lot of the other RPG line games in Button Shy, and if you like those, you're going to like this one too. This is definitely one you just want to pick up. If you've never played any games like this, these are really great because they sort of give you the skeleton of like an RPG session and guide you along, but allow you to have your creativity to sort of fill in the different portions of the story as the game goes by. It's also a very engaging game because of that. So this game is all going to be really down to the role-playing. So if your group likes to do the role-playing, likes to create adventures, and likes to have that sort of fun, this game's going to be for you. If you're just looking to have a game that you're just going to play through, this is probably not the best game for you. This is going to be strictly for the theatrical nature of it. It's going to really bring out the game as a gem. Without that, it's okay. It's not going to be mind-blowing because it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be mind-blowing because of the experience that you get from the role-playing that helps try to spark. And to help that out, there is a guide in here that goes through and tries to help, if you're running the game, help try to prod that and keep that going and have a lot of fun with it and focus more on the story necessarily than the game. Although there is a game there, but it's mainly the story that you're generating with this game. So that in mind is my thoughts on Astral Dreams. And like I said, if you like any of the Button Shy RPG line games, this is going to be a great one to pick up. If you're interested in having a game that, like I said, gives you a little bit of that structure so you could have a great RPG session but not have to really necessarily bog yourself down with a giant book of rules and just have fun, this game is also for you. So that's my thoughts on Astral Dreams. Thank you for watching.